there's quite a few things we could talk about. There's quite a lot of things to fill you guys in upon. However, the first thing to say is the age-old saying of "it's too good to be true" is probably the best way to sum up how these last couple of games and couple of weeks have gone on this save. And let's just fill you in, shall we? So, first thing to tell you about is, of course, last episode we played that Ajax game, didn't we, in the Champions League, the last final game to keep us in the Champions League and put us through to the knockout stages. We got Napoli. We lost the first leg 1-0. We're about to play the second leg in a minute. Since then, of course, I did forget to tell you guys last episode that we were on a good run. We beat Tottenham 1-0 away from home with a Mo Salah penalty. We did then, however, beat Mallorca and also beat Millwall in the fourth round of the FA Cup. We've got the fifth round to play Brentford. We'll talk about that a little bit later. However, we did go on a good run. We beat, Everton 2-1 in the Premier League, who were doing pretty decent, actually. Fulham beat them. Crystal Palace beat them. We did wobble against Leeds here. I thought we won it with an 85th minute Gravenberch goal there, but then they scored in the 94th minute to make it 2-2. And because we just spoke about that. However, we've just played Brentford, and I wouldn't say we got played off the pitch. However, we probably had the better game. However, they just made their chances pay a lot more than ours. So results are starting to slip ever so slightly. I'm hoping it's just a blip. I really am. Of course, we've got the second leg of the Champions League game. I think we also might come back and play Brentford again in the FA Cup fifth round. But let's talk about the Premier League first. The board have got off my back a little bit. They were saying, let's look, a C+. They're okay with me. Job security stable. They were, every game was being spoke about as being fired. So, yeah, we're kind of in a better position. Not a great position. We're 1 point off the Champions League places. There was a stage I thought maybe we're going to have a late title run, but let's be realistic. That's not going to happen, especially now results have started to wobble again. So it's not looking good results, is it? Wise anyway, but we've got a couple of things to talk about. I was going to say about contracts, but firstly, Tsimikas is leaving in the summer on a free to Barcelona. Calvin Ramsey's leaving to Valencia. I didn't think I needed to keep him around, especially since we've got Bradley and Trent as the two right backs. Curtis Jones, however, is going to be the one that got away. I am really disappointed that Curtis Jones is leaving. He wasn't happy about game time. It just kind of coincided at the wrong time. Although you could probably say it's my mistake. I did not realise his contract was running out this summer. Darwin Núñez, again, is another one that's leaving to Valencia. We don't really want to keep him around. He's just dried up on goals completely. And his game time's just going to get worse and worse next season, as is with Diego Jota. Again, probably could have kept him around. He's only played 4 games this season in the Premier League. And they're just going to be in the way of the likes of Lewis Kumas there, who scored 6 goals in 14 starts, 22 appearances overall in the Premier League. Hoping he just gets better and better as we go on, as is Jason Stone, of course. But Jason Stone has just been moaning that I'm not giving Alexis McAllister any game time. However, I'm trying to get rid of him, so I'm not going to be playing him. I did tell him to kind of sit back down and who you're talking to kind of thing. He wasn't happy about that, but I'm not gonna bow down to an 18-year-old who can't score goals at the minute. So yeah, he's struggling to score the goals. 7 in 17 games. Probably doesn't look too bad for an 18-year-old. However, judging by what he did at the back end of last season, he's definitely slipped off. We did give him a bit of a talking to about his development. Let's just have a quick look at that. You can see he's dropped off in the last 6 months probably. Although slight improvement there, he has dropped off. So we gave him a bit of a telling off about that. He was happy to accept it. So hopefully something comes of it, let's just say. But let's talk about contracts. Obviously, if you were with me in the last episode, we were looking at the fact that quite a lot ran out next season. I've still got some players to sort of offer contracts to, potentially Salah there for another year or two. Diaz, I'm scratching my head about because he's been awful. Robbo will probably get a contract. However, he is 32, 33 now. But the ones I did offer contracts to, of course, let's just take a quick look at them. Soberslai, he was running out next year. He's got a new contract, as has Ryan Gravenberch there, He's got a new contract. Carvalho, sorry, I did offer him another contract. I think he could be a good squad player. The games he's come in and played, he's actually played not too bad. So we want to keep him around as a squad player, of course. But of course, I think we're trying to develop, where is he? Mr. Lewis Kumas to play on that left wing. So yeah, hopefully he could be a good backup there, Carvalho. We did offer Kelleher another contract as well, just for a couple of years as a good backup, as well as Alisson. He was running out next year. He's got a new contract as well. So on the contract front, that's kind of who we've offered to so far. Mo Salah there, and Diaz, probably Bradley. Well, Bradley doesn't run out till 2029 there. But these 5 here, Alexis McAllister won't get a new contract. We're trying to get rid of him in the summer. Konate, Robbo, Diaz and Salah will all likely get contracts, but we'll talk about that as and when they pop up. But as for the squad, that's kind of how things are. It's starting to decline ever so slightly. So a nice win here against Napoli and to get through to the last 16 would be perfect to end that. And then of course we'll go straight into the FA Cup 5th round game there against Brentford. And hopefully we can get 2 wins and stay in 2 competitions here. So fingers crossed, let's get going. So of course 1-0 deficit to try and overturn at home. We've got Alisson in goal, Trent, Pennington, Gomez and Robbo, the back 4. We've got Bajcetic and Elliott as our 2 centre midfielders. In front, we've got Salah, Szoboszlai and Kumas playing behind Jason Stone up front. So the first leg, where we played away to Napoli, we did not turn up at all, really. We lost 1-0. We probably should have and could have lost by a few more goals than that. However, it was just a penalty, and I think in like the 3rd or 4th minute. So we played most of the game 1-0 down, but we just couldn't. We had shots, but we just couldn't create decent chances. Is probably the best way to describe it. So hopefully this is a bit different. We definitely need a goal. And that's what we've sort of struggled with recently. Hopefully Kumas and Stone, I mean, they're not happy already. I don't know what they're not happy about. They're anxious. They look angry. Well, at least that's changed. But yeah, they looked angry, not anxious. But so far, let's make sure we've actually got key highlights on. We haven't. That's not good. Didn't realise that was like that, guys. But yeah, so far, 6 shots, 2 on target. We seem to be creating chances. That's exactly what we want. Just a few highlights and a few goals is all we're asking for, really. And I'd rather get an early goal in this first half rather than wait until sort of late second half to possibly get one, because, yeah, that's when things get a little bit dangerous. I think this is going to be a really quiet first half there, and that's not ideal at all, is it? I think we're going to have to just tell them that they're rubbish and that we need him to step up. Bajcetic there is playing a good game so far, 7.0 rating. But no chances so far. We could go and work the ball into the box, or we could shoot on sight and get a few more chances. I think we're going to have to shoot on sight, you know. We need goals. There's no point in working into the box to potentially get a goal. We just need to start hitting the target. And I'm also worried that I may need to start switching to an attacking mentality. I think we're going to have to go for it, aren't we? I don't really want to go out of the Champions League because they'll all kick off. They will all kick off. Jason Stone not having a good game. I think what we're going to do is put Lewis Kumas up top. And I bring on Diaz or I think we're going to bring on Carvalho, you know. I'm not putting my faith in Diaz. He's not performed all season long. So I think we've got to try and stick with the youngsters, haven't we? Napoli there, not had a single shot on target so far. I probably spoke too soon now, haven't I? Hopefully we get this ball back, but Napoli are on the attack. This doesn't look good, because if they score now, I think we're done for. Elliott there, stay on your feet. Oh, he's hit the post, thank God for that. Oh, that was so lucky. Carvalho now with the ball, and that just comes to nothing. We need a goal. We really, really, really need a goal. And I'm looking around who I can bring on, and I don't really think there's that many I can bring on. I think we're going to keep Szoboszlai on, sorry. I think we're just going to go with youth. We're going to go for that fairy tale ending. don't think there's much more we can do. I'm really disappointed we've not hit the target that much at all. 2 shots on target, and I think they were in the first 10-15 minutes, if I'm honest. And it looks like another attack, potentially by Napoli. It would be good if we manage to steal this ball back and go for it. And we do. We steal the ball back. We've done the first hardest part. Trent, can he get a decent ball into the box? He just loses the ball so easily. And it's so frustrating to watch sometimes. And then Napoli, just like that, are on the attack over the halfway line. This isn't looking good at all. They've got all the running. They want the ball. We don't seem to want anything. And there we go. That kind of sums it up. It's just our own fault. Trent losing the ball over on that right wing. Could have just got the ball into the box. But there we have it. We're out of the Champions League at the knockout phase, and things are going to kick off. You just know it, don't you? I just hope we don't lose the job. I really hope we don't get sacked, because that would be a rubbish end to this series. So let's see what they have to say. I think I'll bring you back in a second when I'm getting an absolute grilling from the board. So here we go. Time for the players to moan at me and tell me it's my fault that we went out and not the fact that they just didn't turn up in the game. Luckily, though, we've only got 2 players that seem to be unhappy, which is Salah and Robertson. So I don't really want to promise. I just apologise. And there we go. They're happy. So that was easy. Let's kind of see what the board say. They're very disappointed, and that's it. Let's kind of see. Still stable. So I suppose let's just get to the end of the season and kind of see what happens. I think we're going to have to qualify for the Champions League if we want to keep our job. So, yeah, we're going to bring you back for the FA Cup 5th round. And then I think we need to concentrate on the Premier League, which we can do now, although we've got 3 big games there. Man City, Chelsea and Arsenal. We need to find some form pretty quick, don't we? So I'm going to play Aston Villa off camera, and we're going to come back for the Brentford game and hopefully celebrate some sort of victory and, keep ourselves in one of the cups at least. So let's just get you up to date before we get into that FA Cup 5th round game. We've played Aston Villa off camera. We drew 1-1. We probably, if we're being brutally honest, didn't deserve a win and probably didn't deserve a draw either. They did play better than us, ever so slightly. Hopefully that all changes this FA Cup 5th round tie against Brentford. Couple of bad things to tell you though. You might have seen it there. Salah and Diaz have both been injured. So we've currently got Diaz out for about 10 days to 3 weeks. Salah's out for about 2 weeks. 2 to 7 days left on it. And Ben Doak is out for about 2 to 4 weeks as well. So attacking midfield wise, winger wise, we're struggling for players. So hopefully that's not going to affect this too much. But let's get into that FA Cup game. I say this too much, but fingers crossed we get a victory. And of course, this is the team we're putting out against Brentford. We've got Alisson in goal, Trent, Gomez, Pennington and Robertson, the back four. Midfield is King and Bajcetic. Attacking midfield is Szoboszlai, Elliott and Kumas, and they're playing behind Jason Stone. So here we go. Let's hope it's not another disappointing early free kick here from Szoboszlai. Hopefully not another disappointing performance. I feel like it's been way too long since we've had a really good performance. And I was hoping for a penalty there, but straight away Brentford are on the counter-attack within minutes of starting. Let's just hopefully we get back and don't concede a very, very sloppy goal. And Gomez just managed to get that out there for a corner. But I don't really know what's happened. I don't. We went on such a good run where we won about 6 or 7 games on the bounce with this new formation. It seemed to work really well, but clearly we've been found out by teams. But you've got to persist, haven't you? You've still got to persist anyway, hopefully. And that's what we're hoping to do. It would be nice to get Would be nice to get into the 6th round of the FA Cup. We have got Arsenal. Yeah, we play Arsenal way too many times in the Cups. I feel like most seasons we play Arsenal, actually. If anyone, been watching from the start, you'll probably know I think we've played Arsenal about 4 times in the Carabao Cup and about 3 times in the... I thought that might have been a nice rebounded goal there for Elliot. Apparently not. But yeah, we've played them loads of times, just put it that way. But it does look like we've started the better team. Let's touch wood. That I've not just jinxed it, of course. But we just need to get goals in the team. That is really probably our worst thing is goals. We've had loads of 0-0s, loads of 1-0 losses. Goals seem to be our biggest problem. And I don't know whether that's because we're not set up to score goals. We're not set up and we're not getting in those positions, or is it just because of the lack of quality I've got up front? I mean, obviously, Jason Stone's still very young, Kumas young, and of course, other than that, Nunes isn't playing very well, Jota's not playing very well, Diaz isn't playing very well, and we're not playing very well, apparently. I think that might have been ever so slightly offside, but I've said that 100 times before, and I've always been wrong, so I'm right. That doesn't happen very often. But, bit of a let-off there, perhaps. I mean, Brentford are slowly getting into this game, so I think we need to give the boys a bit of encouragement. Going back to the goal problem, I think it's hard to tell if it's because of the way we're setting up or whether it's just the fact that we haven't got the quality at the top of the pitch like we did the first few seasons. Obviously, Mo Salah now, he's 34, 35. Luis Diaz is just dropped off a cliff in terms of performance. So we are struggling for goals. And as you can see, we've had 6 shots, 1 on target. And apart from that, it's all been Brentford. I mean, I think we'll watch this through. I think even if we went to a positive mentality and, work the ball into the box on and try to do it that way and just really sort of patiently try and build up the play and get some good chances, it doesn't seem to do a lot. And on one hand, I'm kind of trying to just, push us to the end of the season when hopefully we can sort of think of it as a fresh start, really. But at the moment, I'm probably not going to get to the end of the season at this rate if performances don't improve, really, which would be a shame. But however, let's try and be positive. We got King on the ball, played it all the way back to Trent. But Bajcetic now to King. King's got lots of space in the middle of the pitch. Plays it to Stone, who played it to no one. And all of a sudden, Brentford are back on the attack. Or are they? Are they going to do an us? Are they going to mess around with the ball and lose it? I mean, that's our biggest problem. We don't like to... I mean, Trent is giving up the ball there. Tony with the ball. Pennington bouncing around the box. And it's just too nervy to watch. It is really too nervy to watch. I don't know what's happened, though. I really don't know what's happened. I think we're going to have a little play around with our tactics. I think I'm not liking the low crosses. I'm going to go back to mixed crosses. I don't think we're going to be expressive. I think we're just going to be quite rigid, stick to our positions. Don't really want players drifting off thinking they can do whatever they want when we can't even string a few passes together at the minute. So, or, do you know what? Let's pause the game there. Let's go back to the old way. Let's go back to the old way and see what happened, shall we? We haven't played this formation for the best part of 3 or 4 months, sort of in game time. So, yeah, let's give it a go. Let's give it a go. Firstly, let's put Bajcetic back in the DM position. Mark King can play. Mark King can be the Mazzala. And then, of course, we've got Kumas, Elliott and Stone up front. Let's play that. I mean, what we got to lose? An FA Cup 5th round, apparently. But saying that, it doesn't seem to matter what I do at the moment. It really doesn't. Like I said at the beginning of this episode, we start really well, and then all of a sudden, things just go completely wrong again. And before we know it, I think Sobersley, actually, you can go out on the right wing. Elliot can come off, and we'll stick Gravenberch on. In the Mazzala, Luke King. Mark King can go back in the box-to-box. We haven't played this for a long time. Brentford are just annihilating us shots-wise. But that's about all they're doing at the moment. I mean, to be fair, I've chucked the tactic in there, but I'm not sure if I've done it right, in the sense as I don't get a sat tactic. Let's just play it. If we've got to go to a replay, we've got to go to a replay, but I don't want to lose it in the last 10 minutes. So let's hope for the best. I mean, the fact that Brentford have had 16 shots but 1 on target shows they aren't much better than us themselves. But I think it's going to be a 0-0 and we're looking at another replay. So, yeah, not good at all. I'm getting a bit, I mean, let me know what you guys think, but I'm getting a little bit sick. No, we're not. We're going straight through to, we're going straight through to extra time. I think we need to check this out. Right, guys, so I've loaded up our, what are we calling it, backup tactic that I did use for the first 3 seasons. I thought we had the right one, but we didn't. Anyway, this is it. So let's hope it brings us some good luck loading up the tactic that did us well for so many years. I think I might be speaking too soon because Brentford are on the ball and Brentford have just absolutely hammered it in from the edge of the box. Oh, this isn't going well, is it? Let's ring the changes. We've not got any options up front, though. That's the problem. We've got, we spoke about it. We've got Salah out. We've got Diaz out. So Mark King isn't having a good game either. I think we're going to have to bring on Alexis McAllister, who hasn't played in a hell of a long time. But in all fairness, I've literally just changed the tactic up. I don't think we've had enough time to let it kind of bed in. They went straight on the attack on that corner and scored. So we can't blame the tactic for that. However, I've not been this battered in a long time, and it is quite depressing to see. However, all we need is 1 goal, and that's what we've struggled with. We're talking about it loads about how we're struggling to just score goals. We keep conceding the odd 1 or 2, but generally speaking, it is all about scoring goals for us, and we just can't do it. It looks like, and I mean, Brentford are just taking the mick out of me now, shooting from 35 yards out and nearly scoring. It's not good, is it? I can't promise you, but I'm hoping. I mean, there's a good save there by Alisson, and he's managed to pick it up there. I can't promise you, but I'm hoping next episode that I'm still the Liverpool manager, and that we've stumbled upon a tactic that works well for the players we've got, and things are looking better. And I mean, we're looking like we're going out of all of the cups, so we can at least focus on the Premier League, which is a good thing, I suppose. And obviously getting that 4th place. So, I mean, look at Brentford. They've had 23 shots, only 4 on target, which is a good thing, I suppose, for us, considering if they got any more of those on targets, we could be a lot worse than 1-0 down. And I mean, Raya's given it straight to us there. Webb on the ball now. Are we going to score? Oh, and Alexis McAllister have scored in the last minute. We so don't deserve that, but who cares? Who cares? I mean, put that into words. How have we scored? How have we scored? And it's gone to penalties, and I think I don't care who takes them. I don't want to see them, but I think we're going to anyway. McAllister, that I've been slating him for months, telling him he's going to leave, and he's got the chance to put us 1-0 up in the shootout, and he does. Oh, God, I feel bad now. I do feel bad now. And I think we've got Alisson in goal, haven't we? Yeah, of course. Hopefully, he can make the difference. And Tony scores. I mean, how has it got to penalties? How has it got to penalties? You just need to look at the stats to see we shouldn't have even been in this game. Trent steps up, takes the 2-1 advantage in the penalty shootout, and pressure's back on Brentford here. If we go through, how? Oh, and Alisson saved it. We've got the advantage. We can go 3-1 up now. Gravenberch with the chance to put us 3-1 up. I mean, 3-1 up. How have we do it? How have we done it? I mean, no, we can't win it from here, can we? Hopefully, Alisson pulls off an absolute no. Yeah, I was. Do you know what? I was so like, we're going out, and kind of. I mean, yeah, we've gone 4-2 up. This is a chance to win it if Brentford miss here. But I was so certain we'd go out of the cup that I wasn't really thinking about a penalty shootout at all. So, a bit strange. And yeah, like I said, hopefully we've got more than just the Premier League to. I mean, if we won the FA Cup this season, it would be absolutely mental. I mean, he's just managed to sneak it in there, but then we've got the match point now, so to speak. Who is taking it? I didn't put a fifth taker on. I'm hoping it's someone I trust. It's Bajcetic. I don't trust Bajcetic to score this. However, prove me wrong. Please prove me wrong. And there we go. How have we won? Oh, we're through. We're playing Arsenal in the FA Cup. We've won on penalties. How have we won on penalties? I mean, 50-50 possession, but Brentford should have been miles ahead of us. That is ridiculous. But I'm not moaning. I'm not going to moan about going through. Of course I'm not. But somehow, guys, we've made it to the next round of the FA Cup. Let's just have confirmation that we are playing Arsenal in the quarter-final. How have we got there? I don't know. Let's look at the previous meetings, actually. We were talking about it, of course. Look, last season we had Arsenal in the FA Cup. We had Arsenal... Wait, where are we? Let's go down here. Yeah, we've played Arsenal in the Carabao Cup this season. Of course, played them in the Community Shield. Played them in the Community Shield last year. Played them in the FA Cup 5th round last year. And then played them in the FA Cup 4th round the year before. So we seem to play Arsenal multiple times a season. So apparently we enjoy it. I don't feel like I do. But yeah, we're through. We're through to the quarterfinals of the FA Cup. Work out how we did that. Anyway, I think I'm going to have to miss that FA Cup quarterfinal. I think. Do you know what? No, we're not. We're going to come back for the FA Cup quarterfinal against Arsenal. And then we're going to probably play Man City or Chelsea. And then, depending on what happens in the FA Cup, it may go through to the end of the season. So, yeah, we'll work that out. But thanks for watching, guys. And of course, join me in the next episode. We'll play that quarterfinal and one of the big three.